What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to take a look and listen to Representative Smucker. He's going to be talking about Social Security reform and a Social Security increase. And he had a back and forth with Representative Larson. I thought it was really interesting, so I'm going to show you that. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And one more way to support us is by joining our membership. Just click the join button below. You'll get customized emojis as well as custom badges. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to Representative Smucker talk about Social Security reform. Here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I refer to something Mr. Larson said. I'm not even sure where to start here. There's a lot to talk about. This has been a great conversation. A few things I want to mention, I think. Mr. Goss, you had responded in an answer to a question from Mr. Kustoff about the commission or the deal in 83 and talked very positively about that, really people coming together and resolving this, putting everything on the table and making it solvent for years to come. We could do that again, right? And we should do that.
Absolutely. We're much looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I'd like to suggest to Mr. Larson and others who I think are sincere about the desire to fix Social Security, there's a difference between proposing a bill that doesn't go anywhere and having a real bipartisan discussion about resolving this. And so I guess I'd like to suggest the fiscal commission that we had recommended that looks at both debt and Social Security really is an attempt to do that. And I know you've spoken out.
Would the gentleman yield?
Let me finish my sentence,
Sure.
and I'll be happy
Sure.
to. I know you've spoken out against that, and I'm telling you in all sincerity that I think that we could resolve this if we had that kind of conversation with the American people. We could do what has been done in 83, and we could take your bill and others and put them together and really resolve this for the American people. I can tell you that I'm certainly interested in doing that. People on our side are interested in doing that, and we're willing to put everything on the table. And so, yes, I'll yield.
So what is it you're putting on the table, number one? And there are many Social Security proposals that exist out there, not just Social Security 2100. But also, there's a big difference between the Greenspan Commission and the commission that was proposed behind closed doors with only a select group of people with a decision that would require only an up or down vote. That is, that's not a democratic, let's sort through this, let's have this exposed to the public, let's go through this, and let's put all those discussions on the table. And I totally agree with you that people like yourself and others are very sincere about this, except the proof is in the pudding.
So and I'll take my time because I'd love to get to a lot more here, but I would love to continue to have that discussion. I would love to not just get a no on that, because I can tell you we're sincere about it, and we could put everything on the table to try to solve this.
Okay, so and this is the question that I have. If you're really sincere in what you're saying, Representative Smucker, if he's really sincere in what he's saying, then why have it behind closed doors? Why not have it available for the public to see? That's one. And then two, why do we need a fiscal commission? We have lawmakers out here that are talking to experts. Why can't these lawmakers talk to their counterparts in a committee? That's what the committees are for, and hash out some type of resolution when it comes to reforming Social Security. Why do you need a commission, a special commission that's behind closed doors? Why do you need that? Do your job. All you need to do is talk to each other and figure out a pathway forward. And Representative Larson was 100% correct when he said, what is your plan? This is my plan, the Social Security 2100 Act, and there are plenty other plans out there. What is your plan? What are we coming to the table with? Because Representative Larson's coming to the table with a proposal. Representative Smucker, where's his proposal? What is he coming to the table with so they can work together? You can't come with nothing. It's like if you're buying a car, you have to have, if someone's trying to sell you a car, they're going to come with how much they think you should pay, but you have to come with money. And you have to come with an idea of how much you want to pay in order to negotiate. If you don't have a plan and you're going in to buy a car, how are you guys going to negotiate? So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me, the argument that Representative Smucker's making as far as, yeah, we want, this is sincere. We want to sit down. We want to work this out behind closed doors. That's what's really important. Behind closed doors. Why do you want to do that when you have a committee right there where you guys can hash it out? This subcommittee is for Social Security. That's why those experts are talking about Social Security. So you have experts there. You have other lawmakers there, although looking in the room, you don't see very many of them sitting there. But you do have members that belong to the subcommittee. You guys can all sit down and hash this out. You don't need some special fiscal commission or committee or whatever it is. You don't need that. That's what you're there for, to work things out with each other.
I do want to, on your point on the debt. So very briefly, so that people understand this, initially, when Social Security was put in place, we were taking in more money coming in than was going out, correct? When did that change? When did Social Security no longer begin to receive more money annually than they were paying out? Mr. Goss?
Well, most recently, that has occurred in 2010. It was expected to be in 2020 at the time of the 83 amendments, but because of some of the changes
since 2010, we've been paying out more than we've been taking in.
Exactly.
And within 9 years, the difference, the trust, which was the difference that has been accumulating over time, that has been borrowed and is being paid back, in 9 years, that expires, right? That is gone. We no longer have excess funds. Am I right on that?
On a combined basis, maybe 10 years on that order.
So at that point, unless something changes, people will no longer get all of their Social Security benefits because we don't have money to pay it, correct?
Under current law, we
Yes.
cannot pay what's not in the fund.
Or if at that time Congress decides to make it up by taking on additional debt, that's a choice we could make, right? We could continue to pay benefits if nothing has changed by taking on additional debt and paying for those benefits.
Unprecedented, but anything is possible.
But at that point, it would add to the debt, right?
If Congress were to change the law and say that we will borrow from the public in order
The
to,
only point I'm making, and I'd love to have more conversation about this publicly, that's why we need a commission to talk about this, is
You don't need a commission. All you need to do is talk to Representative Larson. He's sitting right there. You guys can talk and hash things out. Why do you need a commission?
that this will contribute. There's a fundamental problem. We have far less workers than we do retirees. That ratio is far different. And so we need more workers. By the way, I agree with Ms. Sanchez, who I don't often agree with, on immigration. It is something that's a partial solution here. We need a lot more workers. We should be talking about legal immigration. But it's a great conversation. I wish others would agree that we need to continue to have this conversation. This is how I think a commission could work. We would take this conversation across America. We would begin to have a real understanding of the facts and how they exist. We just can't have that conversation in 5 minutes each here. I only get 4 if I give some to you, but I'd love to continue this conversation. But thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence of time here.
Okay, so that was Representative Smucker talking about Social Security reform, saying that we should have this commission so they can talk about how to reform Social Security. And I just think it's ridiculous. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You guys are there to do a job. You don't need a separate commission. I think part of the commission, they were going to have representatives there, you're going to have senators there, and then you're going to have some experts that are in the room as well. You don't need all of that. That's why you have these hearings. And I understand what he's saying, they're only there and talking 5 minutes. But what about after that? He's acting like the only time we have an opportunity to talk to each other is when we're sitting in these committee hearings. No. You can call them up on the phone. You can walk down to their office, and you guys can have a discussion about this. You have staff that can work out some details, put together proposals, share the different proposals. This is, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous to think that, what he's saying here is like, oh, we only have 5 minutes. We only have 5 minutes to discuss this. No, you have plenty of time to discuss this. You can discuss it outside of this hearing. So I mean, it's wow. I just don't know what to say. Like, I really don't. And the part when he was talking about adding to the debt, you saw how he's trying to tie in Social Security with, well, if we don't do anything, then our debt is going to increase because of Social Security. No, the debt is not going to increase because of Social Security. The debt is going to increase because Congress is doing nothing. If they act on this and pull in more revenue, like that's the way that it's designed, they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to pull in more revenue. So that's going to mean raising the cap or the payroll contribution. Something has to happen where they bring in more money. That's the only way that it's going to be solved. If Congress doesn't do anything, yes, then you're going to be in a situation where you might have to take money from the general fund. Okay, and you heard the chief actuary, Mr. Goss, saying we're not in a situation where we should even be thinking along those lines because we have so much time. We have Congress that can get together and work together and move forward with some type of a reform for Social Security, so we don't even have to worry about this whole debt issue. It should not be an issue at all. We shouldn't be scaring people thinking that we're going to be adding to the national debt because we have 10 years or 11 years to figure it out. And if we can't figure something out in 10 or 11 years, then I'm telling you, Congress is useless. What are you there for if you can't see? You have experts telling you that in 11 years, we're going to be looking at a trust fund that's going to be 100% depleted, and we're just going to sit on our hands and not do anything and say, well, no, we need to have this behind closed door meeting, this committee hearing or whatever he wants to do. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this, you're looking at lawmakers like this. This is why nothing gets done, because they don't want to do the hard work of talking with each other outside of these little, these committee hearings. You can do that. You can, right after this hearing, you can go out to his office, to Representative Larson's office, and sit down with him and discuss this and say, you know what? I like this part of the Social Security 2100 Act, but I don't like this part. I like this part, but I don't like this part. Let's work together. Let's pull some different, I'll bring a proposal to the table, some of the things that I think we should do, and then we'll compare notes, and then we'll try to figure out how we can move forward. That's what needs to happen. You don't need a special commission. You don't need anything like that. All you need are these lawmakers sitting down and talking with one another. That's it. So I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.